Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Junior Developer Happy Hour, React30. For the people who are new here, we are doing the JavaScript 30 West Boss exercises, but we're doing them in React. So this week, we're just going in order. So we've been doing them all every week, every Sunday. And this week, we're doing day 17. We're doing this sorting band names without articles. And let me see. So also, if you're not connected with me on LinkedIn and you want to connect, feel free to just send me a request there. And we can just get started. And then if Adam comes along, maybe something popped up. I'm not sure. But let's see. I'm gonna start the new. So we've been using Code Sandbox, and then we just do a React template. And then let me give you the live link. The live link is here. And then let me get the starter code. And if Adam doesn't show up in the next minute, Jesse's gonna volunteer to drive. At least he's gonna attempt to drive. But anyone can also jump in. If they want to implement parts, just raise your hand. But let me get the starter code first, just to get us started. And then we can stop to see if there's new people here, or if anyone just has any general questions about what we do. We can stop for questions before we start writing the code. So right now I'm just copying CSS over. West Boss gives some starter code. So let's do this. And then this. Okay, let's see if we have any console errors. No console errors this week because we don't have that much code to start with. So before we get started, anybody have any general questions about how this, what we're doing or what we've done in the past? Nope. Okay. If at any time you have questions, you can just shout it out or just paste it in the chat. I'm gonna enable Jesse. He's volunteering to drive. If Adam shows up, then we can swap him out because he requested to drive earlier, but he's not here. So Jesse, what I'm thinking is to start off, just display the list on the page like as it is. So we have those strings and let's just display them as list items on the string because I think, yeah, West Boss styles the list items. So we want to display each band as a list item. And I'm assuming it will be pretty when it shows up on the screen. I didn't look exactly what his CSS is doing, but let's just do that as a first step.
Yeah. All right. So, sorry, you're saying have the list just show up?
Yeah. So right now we're not displaying, we're just a UL, but we want to display each of these band names as a list item.
All right. So I'm in app, so I need a component. So this is a functional component, is it?
Yep.
So, all right. So I'm used to doing class-based, but I'm going to attempt the newer stuff. So please do chime in.
Yep, we got to get you up to speed on the functional components.
So I want to export probably.
You don't need to do that. It's already exported. So
where would I place the component then?
We're just going to do everything inside this function.
Oh, inside.
So yeah.
So we've got the list, and I mean, I would just map yeah, map through it, but should be like
So we want to map inside the UL because each band name is a LI.
oh yeah, cool. So bands. Sorry, I'm
You
just
got to put it in curly brackets.
yeah, totally. Oh yeah, JavaScript. Right. Band plural dot map. Each band will be an li with bands dot I. What would that be? Hold on.
It'd just be band. And I see Adam has shown up. Adam, do you still want to drive? We just got started without you because you wasn't here. But we can let
Yeah,
Jesse
sorry.
Yeah, we got.
Yeah, no,
Let's
go
let
ahead. Whichever.
let's let Jesse finish up this first part. We're just getting it to display on the page, and then we'll have you do the sorting part of the challenge, and then I have a stretch challenge too if you're up for it.
That'd be fun.
So
Really.
you got a couple of missing things. So you don't need these curly brackets, Jesse, because it's like when it's simple, you don't need it. Like the arrow function can just return it.
Oh yeah.
So right now it says ban, 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 ban. Because yeah, that needs to be in curly brackets because we need to render the value. There you go. Let's make sure that each child, so let's just fix that warning. So you got to put a key on each LI.
Where does it go?
On the LI.
And but there's arguments here also, I think.
No, it's on the LI.
Oh, I thought in the map function.
Yeah, so you can just put the band name. We'll just assume that each band name is unique, just for the sake of the exercise.
Right.
Okay, let's see if we got all the errors gone. Okay, I think that's good. And then we can tag in Adam. Let me give you the link. There's the link, Adam, and then I can tag you in. I wonder if this thing's supposed to be centered. Like, why is it on the side like that? Let's see. It's, well, he doesn't have it centered. Cover, flex. He does have align item center. What if we change this to UL? Nope. Let's just leave it for now. That's not the important part of the exercise. Adam, are you here? Are you in the code sandbox?
Yeah, I'm pulling it up right now.
Okay.
If the LI's got sent text
Still
on
here.
No, the UL is not centered on the screen for some reason, but it's not important.
I think the UL is block and will take up the whole width, but the LIs themselves need the center. I think.
Wait, do you got the live link, Adam?
Yeah, my computer's just being super slow.
Oh, maybe we can continue while you're loading it. Jesse, you want to try to do the sorting part?
Yeah, sounds good.
Oh wait, never mind. Adam's here. Okay, I enabled you now. So Adam, did you watch the video for this exercise?
No, but I read the solution and I saw the regex, the function that like it uses on the sort to kind of like remove
Okay, so
the
to,
and
to
and
just to explain the exercise to people who didn't watch the video. So Wes Boss made this exercise where he wants you to display the list of bands sorted, but when you sort, he wants you to ignore like the articles, like like if it starts with the or uh or in, right? I think it was the and in. There is none within, but if we did, let's include in anyways. He wants you to ignore that when you sort it, so that like if it starts with he doesn't want Skylit Drive to be first. It should be sorted by S because S is the first like word that he wants to sort the band name by. So you want to try to do that part, Adam? And then
sure.
the stretch goal is gonna be to add in a toggle switch so that we can display it sorted or unsorted. So just keep that in mind when you're thinking of
Ooh.
your your solution.
Okay. I think okay. All right. I think I was leaning towards the solution that kind of matched that anyway, so that kind of works out. Okay. Let's see here. So can I change stuff? Changing, typing stuff. What do I have to do? A share. I have to share on my screen.
No, you're typing live. You should be.
Okay, cool. Sorry. Cool. All right. So I was going to take the solution. Let's go look at that. All he does. Yeah, I'm just going to steal that. Just going to steal that. Over. Quote for right now.
Oh, I think we lost him. uh, okay. How about I'll type until he comes back? It seemed like his internet connection was not good at all. Maybe try reconnecting, Adam. So first of all, we need some type of sort function, right? So the way Wes Boss does it is, if you go look at what he does, he uses like a sort function like this. He makes like a strip function. Adam, are you back? Your connection cut out, so I took over. You look kind of frozen again. So if we take this, let's just use const. So he has like a strip function to like strip out the articles for when you trim it. So there's actually, this is kind of a janky way that he did it, where he just put one space, but like, what if there's like more than one space by accident? There's like, for regex, you can just do that, I think. So we can try, let's just try display the strip band name. So you can see the strip function works pretty well, right? Like we don't even need the trim with the way that I did it. And we also can do it in one line, just to do it like that. So I was just testing out this strip method. And so I didn't sort it or anything. I just wanted a sanity check to like check if that strip method works. Is there any questions about this strip method? Maybe people are not familiar with regex. When you do replace, you can just provide regex and then say what you want to replace the match with. And I just said replace it with the empty string. So this, if I do a plus, I don't need the trim because I'm matching anything. I'm matching like this whole thing up to wherever the spaces end, and I'm collapsing it down into empty string.
I think you outdid West Boss.
Well, he was explaining in the video that he's not good at regex, but like what he's doing is working, and that's true. But this, I'm not good at regex either, but like this is just a little simpler way that I just thought of doing it. So then he uses like the normal sort function. So one problem with this is sort is it mutates the object, and like I said, we're gonna add on the toggle switch. So I don't want to mutate the object because I want to say if it's toggled on, we'll display it sorted, and if it's not toggled on, then we'll just display the list in the normal way. So all he did was like he put in the sort function, and then while the sort function takes a function, and you can say if it like if this is greater than this, then that's how you want to sort it. But like even this is like a little hard to read. You got to think about it. Like I never remember like, is this 1 or -1? I always just put it and then I flip it around if I have it the wrong way. It's like hard to think about which way, at least for me. I always think, does that make it go greater than or less than? So I use Lodash a lot since every project I'm working in uses Lodash anyways. Like I don't think I ever worked in a project that doesn't have Lodash. Lodash has an awesome sort by function for people that never used it. And it's a little nicer because you can just say sort by, you give it the array, and then you can pass multiple functions if you want, or you can just pass one function. So it's a little easier to read, and it's I don't think it mutates the array. It gives you like a new array, if I'm correct. We'll see. So let's try use a sort by function. It's a little more readable, in my opinion. By you can just import that. So let's see, while it's importing, let's do sorted. Let's just do it right here. Let's just do it in like sort by. I think we can do that. Oh, is it having problems installing? Let's see. Oh, that didn't work how I thought it was gonna work. Let's see. Strip. Oh. So strip. Why did it do that? Strip band name that replace. Whoa, that's interesting. Let me see. Oh, I don't want to do it here. Sorry. I want to do it here. I was confused. I was like, what in the world is it doing? So as you can see, it sorted it in correct order anywhere but here, bled, counterparts, Devil Wears Prada. It looks like it worked.
Sam.
Yep.
Another stretch that we could do is wrap the, and in with parentheses. But anyway, continue.
Wrap the what with parentheses?
like so it's obviously sorted right now. But like, you know, to somebody who doesn't know that it's alphabetically sorted without those words, it looks wonky. But I was thinking, if you put the and in within parentheses,
Oh yeah, we can do something like that.
if we have time.
Yeah. But my stretch goal now is adding on a toggle switch. But before I do that, just stop for questions. But as you can see, what I'm talking about, this is like, it's more readable than doing like the normal vanilla JavaScript sort. So there's two benefits. The Lodash sort by is more readable. And if you already have Lodash installed in your project, might as well just use Lodash anyways, right? It's already there. So just wanted to point that out because I use Lodash a lot. If you weren't familiar with this sort by function, it is a lot more readable than writing the like vanilla sort, in my opinion. But any questions before we attempt to add on a toggle switch? And let me see if I missed any questions in the chat. I wasn't paying attention. Yeah, it looks like we permanently lost Adam. Maybe his computer died. Let's see. That should work. Okay. Is there any questions? Nope. Okay. Let's try and add on a toggle switch now. Oh, yeah, go ahead, Chris. You have a question? Or while you ask your question, if you're gonna type it out, I'm gonna look for a switch. Does anybody have a favorite switch they like to use? I think we can just Google React switch. Boom.
There's a package for everything.
So that looks good enough. I think we can try it out unless people. How am I sorting without the and n? So we made this strip function, and this strip function strips out the and n, and I'm passing that function. The sort by is using that to sort. So it's running every band name through this function, and it's sorting by whatever that function returns. So this function returns the stripped band name, and it's sorting by the stripped band name, even though it's still displaying the whole band name. So yeah, so that's what the Lodash, if you look on here, it's saying it preserves the creates an element. So it sorts it in ascending order by the results of running each element through the iteratee. So they call the function an iteratee. It just means that function is run on every element while it's sorting. So it's sorted by whatever the return value of that function is. Okay. Adam, you're back. Is your connection better? We lost you. Let's try this React switch. So I think I can just copy this. Let's just try to get it on the screen. Okay, so it looks like we got it. Let's just copy paste. He's using a class component inside of the example, but so let's do. So we're gonna need like some state. So then I can do should display sorted. So we can start it off as true, maybe, I don't know. And then on change. Let's see if we can just patch the setter straight to the on change. Okay, so let's add a little space. Just use a good OBR. Oh, that didn't add a space though. But let's wrap it in a div.
Yeah.
Okay, that's a little better. We don't have to make it pretty. Oh, what did I do here?
Futz with CSS later too.
Yeah, so let's do display sorted. And then, so right now it's sorted. And then if we don't want to sort it, so what we can do is we can do this. Goes this. Oh no, we can do yeah, we can do it like this. So sorted bands, we go like that. And then we can do this. We can say should display. I got a better plan. Let me put that back. And do display equals should display sorted. If it's sorted, then we'll sort it. If not, we'll just display the general list, and then we'll display this. And then now when we do this, we see it's unsorted and then sorted. Any questions about what I just did? I kind of just blasted through that. Any questions about the decisions I made? You know how I was like contemplating how I wanted to do it right here. Or if you have another idea of how to do it, any comments or questions? No? Okay. Jesse, do you want to try do what you were suggesting? Adding the parentheses?
All right. Sure. So
I think you should still be tagged in.
it's got to move screens away from Zoom.
I gotta tag you back in. So Jesse was saying he wanted to add parentheses around
well,
either that or you could highlight it too. That's another thing.
right.
Or
I was thinking, so what I was just thinking of is that I'm not sure how regex might be involved, but otherwise I would use something to, oh, where's the mapping?
like, how are you thinking about doing that?
Haven't, don't know yet. Have not put thought into it. I mean, my instant go-to is some sort of conditional or whatever.
I mean, you can use the replace function to do a similar thing. So that's like one way to do it. That's just the first thing that popped in my head because we just did that with the replace function.
Yeah.
Like what we did is we replaced, if we matched, we replaced it with empty space. But you can also, if you match, I think there's a way to match, replace it with whatever you match with, and then you can add parentheses on it. We can try Google that. Let's see.
No, that
Replace. With reference to the match group.
actually, I wonder if
So what did this guy do? So you can get a function.
Huh.
And so the function, let's try to look at the replace function on MDN.
string that replace.
So
Nice.
you can pass it a replacer function.
Yeah, 2 arguments, right?
Specifying arguments collective and archive and affection. Oh, it doesn't say the match substring. Do they have any examples? Let's see. Stuff to do string replacer. So it looks like you can do the match. Let's try to just play around with that.
I'm not sure. Follow.
So, because whatever you put in parentheses like this, that's called a match.
Yeah.
Because we're looking for a group and then we say match. So let's just try and make like a test function. And you say equals, oops. Let's copy this. So, and then instead of this, we say match, I think it said. And then let's do, so what I was thinking is you just do that. I don't know if that would work, but
Seems appropriate.
so let's try using this instead of, oh, let's put this below. And then let's try use the test function instead. And, oh, I don't want to sort it. Hello. That's not what I wanted to do. I wanted to do, instead of this,
Replace band instead of strip.
I just want to do, I want to do bands dot map test. Oh, that worked a little bit, but what? And then,
Yeah. Boom.
boom. Oh, I don't think I did that ever in my life. So that was, maybe I did. I have a really bad memory, so I probably did this in that. But
Nice job.
I just Google everything. That's why those memes are so funny. Like on LinkedIn and stuff, they're like junior engineer, software engineer. They just like senior engineer. They just like Google. All they do is like Google all day, because that's kind of true. You just Google all day. You just get better at Googling as you get more experience, because you kind of know what to Google, because you Google all day, every day. So you just get better at knowing what questions to ask Google. Oh, I don't want to update this now. So let's see. So let's put back what we had. So let's do this. And then, so let's call this strip with parens, and we'll keep the strip around just in case people want to like look at this for reference later. Oh wait, we don't want to strip by parens. What am I doing? Strip, and then this one. Actually, we want the bands to display, and then we wanna map that. So we always want to add the parentheses. Oh, where's the test? Where do I have test? Map test. Oh. So we always want to display it, and then now it's like always displayed. Or we can just add it when we want to, let's see. Yeah, let's only display the parentheses when we sort it. That kind of makes more sense. So let's do. And then, so when it's sorted, we'll show the parens, and then when it's not sorted, we don't display the parens. Any questions about that? That was just the first thing that popped into my head because we were already using the replace function. And yeah, there's probably like a lot of other ways to do it. Is somebody saying something?
I was just gonna say I thought it was a good idea. That's all.
Yeah. So good old MDN. Like it's hard to memorize like all the string functions and stuff. So just pop up in MDN. You don't need to memorize all the string and the array functions. But it does help if you know kind of what the functions do. So I recommend it all the time to people on here is execute program. This is, I liked it a lot. I did all of the courses except SQL because I don't really do backend. But I did all the other ones and they're all super good. I like them all a lot. So there's one. So for what we did, this regular expression one helps you get better. Oh, I didn't want to actually do it. This one helps you get better at regular expressions, and then the arrays one is super helpful, and all of these are like good. The SQL one's probably good too. So if you're doing full stack, maybe do the SQL one too if you want to brush up on SQL.
How old is this site? Like, I wonder if they'll add more stuff or if like this has just been around a while.
It's pretty new. I think it only came out like within the past couple of years. So I don't know if you're familiar with Gary Bernhardt. He's the one that made this. He's he used to do the site Destroy All Software, which was popular when I was like starting to learn how to code. Well, I learned Ruby on Rails when I went to boot camp. So some of the boot camp students were watching this as in addition to like our boot camp curriculum, because Gary Bernhardt is super smart. And he is like a Ruby guy, but he's also famous because he did this like famous JavaScript WAT talk. For people who haven't saw it, who haven't seen it, it's a classic. You'll always hear that joke come up where it's like WAT. And if it's in regards to JavaScript, when people are saying WAT, like in Slack or whatever, they're most likely referring to this. That became a meme from Gary Bernhardt's talk. At least I think that's how it became like a JavaScript meme, where you just, whenever JavaScript does something weird, you just say what. I even put it in like my unit tests and stuff like that. I'll make the unit test say like what if it's like doing it something it's not supposed to, or something that's just weird. Why is J support sort function? I'm not sure why it's not working. So we can do, so Tanvir is saying a sort function. Let's see, var fruits. I'm looking in the chat for people who are wondering what I'm talking about. So it works. So maybe your computer's broken. So yeah, I was doing a sanity check for Tanvir in the chat. Yeah, any other questions or comments, anything we did, or just questions in general? I can stick around for another 10-15 minutes if people have questions. If not, we can just call it a night. Can you use that on the app instead of using regex? I mean, you could do it in other ways. Regex seems this, like I don't really like regex if it's complicated, but if it's something simple like this for doing replace and you have a simple kind of regex, that's like I usually do that for like to replace things inside of a to do string like manipulation. But you can do other ways. You could write an algorithm to like iterate through the string to like find it. There's probably a bunch of different ways you can do it. I didn't think about it too much. I don't know. I never timed it. It's just simple. That's why I used it. Yeah, regex. But I mean, if you do the execute program course on regex, this is gonna be like simple for you to like think about. This regex is not complicated. It's even simpler if you do the regex that Wes Boss does. He does it in a really basic way, where he just says space or the space or and space. All he's saying is if the string starts with this or this or this, then it's a match. And whenever there's a match, you replace it with the empty string. That's all this is saying. So yeah, you can do whatever you like. Generally, I don't think about performance too much, especially for these things. Like I won't think like if I iterate or regex, which is going to be better performance, because most likely it's negligible and the user won't even notice. So I always think about readability first, and then if I'm dealing with like big data sets, then I like think about performance. Or if I notice that the page is just causes a UX issue, then I'll like start thinking about like what I can do to improve the performance. But first and foremost for me is always readability. What is like simple for people to like look at and understand, and for myself to understand, because I told you I have a bad memory. So when if I come back to it next week, I'm just gonna be like, and it's not easy to read, I'm gonna be like, what the hell was I doing? So yeah, basically, I think Westbox just in this case choose regex because it seemed like the simplest solution, which I agree with. But I mean, if people have another solution that they think is simpler, I'm down to see what your solution is. Because the only other way I can think is if you iterate through the string, like you just make a loop and then you make some function that just checks this. You just make a function that called like starts with. So yeah, JavaScript strings has a starts with function, right? Maybe. I think that's a newer. So you could do starts with. I don't know if you can ignore case with starts with though. So that's another way you could do it. One or two resources used as supplement to learning. It's really subjective. So I can tell you what I like, but it might not be what you like. I've just tried all kinds of different things and everybody learns differently. So I can give you my opinions. I really like, so first of all, I like to learn in a lot of different ways. So I'll read books, I'll watch courses, I'll just play around with stuff like we're doing now in Code Sandbox. I'll do projects and listen to podcasts. So I try to get like information in all different ways because I need like repetition for like to like really like understand it. So I like front end masters. So people who've come here know that I like front end masters. I've been a subscriber for I don't know how long. 6 years, I think I've been a subscriber to front end masters. I got like my first 2 years for free though. There's like you can always find ways to like snaggle on the internet. So right now, the way to snaggle front end masters is if you get GitHub student. That's what I was gonna say. And like, how do you get a GitHub student account? Like, you can snaggle that too, right? I think all you need is like a student email, and like depending where you are, like you might be able to do community college class for free. There might be a registration fee or something though, but like it would still be cheaper than paying 6 months of front end masters. Front end masters is like, I don't even know, it's kind of expensive. It's like $40 a month or something. Yeah, I pay the year amount. So it's like $40 a month to go to community class college. Maybe it costs you $50 for registration if the classes are free. I'm not sure. I'm just guessing. So that would be a lot cheaper, right? You get 6 months. So instead of $240, plus you get all kinds of other stuff for free with the GitHub education pack. Like you get, like, I think you get like Heroku credits and all kinds of stuff. So what is a snaggle? Oh, I'm from Hawaii and we speak Pidgin English and you just make up words. So I just made that up. And this snaggle's like just figuring out how to just like bargain and like figure out how to get stuff without paying for it or like cheaper than it's supposed to be. Like one way is you can always ask, right? You can just go on Twitter and DM the front end masters people and be like, yo, I'm a student. Do you have any like discount codes? That might be annoying though, but you can always try and do stuff like that. Oh, are you from Hawaii too? Tade. um, so, or Stefan, are you from Hawaii too? We got a bunch of Hawaii people up in here. So people from Hawaii will know that people just make up words because that's how Pidgin English came about, is because people came from all over the place to work on the plantations, and then common language is English. But if nobody speaks English, you kind of just got to make up words, right? So you just, conversations become based on context more. But anyways, yeah. So when I was first starting out, I didn't have a job yet. I just figured out how to snaggle, how to get stuff for free. I would just, one of the main ways that I recommend, I don't know if it's still a good way, is do a lot of hackathons. And there's usually sponsors for the hackathons. And that's how you get free like credits for stuff. Sometimes they just give it out to people at the hackathon, or you can like enter specific challenges by that like vendor, and then you just win stuff. Just build something and hopefully you can win stuff. So no, not from Hawaii, but played Pogs. Yeah, I still got a lot of Pogs at my parents' house. Oh, so not from Hawaii, but spend time there. Kauai is awesome too. People haven't been to Kauai. I've only been to Kauai once. I would move there if it was cheaper. It's really expensive everywhere in Hawaii. Even if you live in the boonies, it's expensive in Hawaii. Slammers. I don't have any slammers though. I do have a lot of regular pogs though. I used to snaggle when I was younger too. So snaggle can be used in multiple ways. It's just like hustling. When I was younger, I used to like buy and sell pogs. So I would like buy wholesale pogs and go to the swap meet and package them up into like 10 packs and stuff like that to make a profit. I was I was snaggling since I was a little kid. I used to sell candy in elementary school. Like my sister used to work at the bakery, and she would just steal the candy. She would just like give me the candy at the store, and I would like fill it up in my backpack, and I was like in like third, fourth grade, like selling candy to people, like for like 5 cents at school. So I've always been wheeling and dealing since I was a little kid. But yeah. So just look out there. There's all kinds of deals. Library card is another thing to check. Wherever you are, check your library. I got Team Treehouse for free. I've had it for free for like 5 years from the San Francisco library. And I don't even live in San Francisco anymore. Maybe they're gonna come get me now if they see this, because I don't. My library card's still active though, so my Team Treehouse is still active. And I like Treehouse for CSS stuff. That's going back to resources. I like Treehouse for CSS. For front-end masters, I highly recommend JavaScript, The Hard Parts. Is by Will Sentence. I wonder if you can say. All of these ones are super good. This guy is a super good teacher. This JavaScript, The Hard Parts, is like the best JavaScript course I think I've ever watched. So I think I watched the first one. I don't think I watched the second one. So people not familiar with front-end masters, they always like do another one to like add more stuff because things keep changing, or if they figure out a better way to explain it or whatever. I watched that one. I watched the Node one. I forget which one. I watched like 3 of them. His is good. Brian Holt's React courses are good. So this is probably the newest one, I think. React v6. So I like that. Execute program, I like Egghead IO. I've been a subscriber to Egghead also. It's just cheaper than Front-End Masters, but they don't. It's not as like organized into courses. Like there are some courses, but there's also just like one-off lessons and stuff like that. Those are my favorite. I talk about it every week, but I think YouTube, Lee Halliday, I like his channel. Some good stuff. If you want to look for like people to follow on Twitter, I have a dev list. Because then you can stay on top of like best practices and stuff like that. And the people on my list always have good stuff to say. That's why they're on my list. It's like some of my favorite developers that I like to, that I've just grown to like. So I update the list once in a while, not that much though. These people have been on the list, probably most of them for like years already. So that's the main thing. Stay up to date. Just browsing Twitter, you can just learn because people always have opinions about stuff, and then they'll make an opinion and they're like, do this or don't do that, and then you can go read the comments and see everybody fighting about it. Then you can kind of form your own opinion, because then you can see the trade-offs. You'd be like, oh yeah, that makes sense, that makes sense. And if it doesn't make sense, you can add to the conversation. You can add a comment to like ask a question or whatever. All right, see you, Sean. Yeah. Any other questions? Otherwise, we're going to wrap it up. It's 9 o'clock now. No? That's it.
Thanks, Sam.
Okay, I'll see you guys next week. Yeah, I'm pretty sure we can do it next week again. I haven't missed the Sunday yet, so just look out for the meetup things, event announcements. Okay, all right, I'll see you all.